Today is December 12th. The Yankees are doing nothing. We'll discuss it. We'll discuss all the nothingness that's going on. Let's talk Yanks.
Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake. Recaps galore, weekly awards, stat lines, theme and hot takes. Get your Yankees news from these two fine dudes. It's time for Talking Yanks. Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake. Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake.
Hello and welcome to Talkin' Yanks. Thank you very much for joining us today. My name is Jimmy. His name is Jake. BBD producing away. It's December 12th, which is a date. I feel like that's a date I should know for another reason. Brought to you by SeatGeek. And Yankees did nothing at winter meetings for the first time in a long time. They actually have a history of doing stuff at winter meetings. They didn't do anything, Jake.
James Davis, everyone tuning in. How are you? Yeah, I thought for a chance there you were going to open with a lie. I thought you might hit the people with that. Instead, I think we go the no action watch. I mean, I'm trying to think what the last transaction was. I guess non-tender day was the 21st, which is December 12th backwards. So, yeah, I don't know. We had a Rule 5 draft pick. There's some rumors. Again, it's just not clear, and even being down at winter meetings, it just feels like the two schools of thoughts are people looking around at the Yankees like, yeah, this is weird, or it's the people that are just blind with the Yankees that they're like, I think Tucker's still going there. And you're like, I don't know, man. We've been kind of tracking the Yankees close for a while, and there's nothing there, that it just doesn't feel that way. Yeah.
A lot of like trades used to come out of the blue, and you wouldn't hear anything about it because they liked having no leaks.
Right.
Like when you started hearing things, that meant like you were hours away from it happening.
Right.
But free agents, they've always kind of been rumblings. Max Fried, was there no rumblings with him? Like we had an inkling. I talked about it, but I had heard some stuff that it was happening.
I think like a week before we got like the official reporting that they had a Zoom, but I don't recall there being very serious in the public rumors.
The Max Fried Zoom. I did DM Matt Blake about that in the time.
Yeah, so I was trying to get hopeful and be like, sometimes when there's nothing,
right.
that actually means there's something, which is a spin we used to do. But no, we got Cade Winquest in the bullpen.
Maybe.
Well, he has to be.
Well, or we return him.
We got him in the Rule 5 draft. First time they've taken someone in the Rule 5 draft in 14 years, I think.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's on the 26, man. Cade Winquest.
Yeah, I guess if people don't know the Rule 5 draft, you can select a player, and then come opening day, they either have to make the roster or you have to return them to the other team. We saw that happen. Did Mike Ford get picked and then returned one year?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Johnny.
And they have to last on the Major League roster all
the whole
season.
Yes.
Johnny Laz.
He was a Rule 5.
Loiza guy. He was a Rule 5 guy.
Jonathan Loiza.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. Me and Jimmy watched the same video. It's shocking to see he's got the Clark Schmidt quick feet delivery. And yeah, he was stretched out in the minors, and the stats are fine. And if the Yankees see something in him potentially bullpen-wise, his velo can get up there. We'll see. I mean, it should be like a fun camp story. Like that's literally something you're watching. If he has a good camp, he's insured to make the team. If he has a bad camp, he's insured to not make the team. It's one of the wilder things baseball really does. And then there's also the sneaky, this is horribly rude option, and I'll knock on the table, but like if he gets hurt, the Yankees kind of get to keep him because they can just put him on the IL, so you can keep him part of the organization. So yeah, I mean, we've got our first big spring training story. It's Cade Winquest.
Cade Ryan Winquest from Fort Worth, Texas.
Okay.
Born April 3rd. in the year 2000.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, there's some rumors and quotes that we can discuss, but there's a lot of nothing going on. The most interesting thing going on for me is that on our Google Doc, where we put all our notes, there's the first 2 paragraphs are just stuck on every page of my screen. Is that for you too?
You could do either one, but at the same time, you could do, yes. 4 pages.
Every page that I
5 pages.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
No, it's a glitch. Like every page has that, and I can't delete them. It's almost like it's just part of the background of the page.
Yeah.
That's interesting to me.
That's of note.
I don't understand what's happening there. Other than that, we just got a bunch of quotes. People are saying like they're not even really in on Bellinger that strong anymore. They're just going to let it be what it is. Or there's another report that came out that said spoke to a lot of the Japanese pitchers coming out, and then the sense I got is Yankees aren't in on any of them. That was something I read today. I don't know who wrote that or where it was from, but it was one of the beat writers.
I saw that. I don't remember where it came from. But.
So every report right now is the same thing. And I don't know how much stock I put in a lot of them, of what the beats like just reporting, because they just got to write articles.
Right.
And we're like, we just got to do an episode.
Yeah, and it's, again, we're sifting through sifting this time of year. You know, kind of the weirdest smoke. Okay, this
the weirdest smoke.
This chapter of Talkin' Yanks
would
is
be
called
thick.
Like, have you ever seen smoke that's like not when it's like an orange smoke, or you're like, is that fire? Is it light? Like, I guess for me, that's the weirdest smoke. The weirdest smoke that all of us have sifted through that nobody knows what to do with is Jazz. Like, I feel like that keeps coming up because Jazz trade world-wise makes sense because he's 1 year and he has value. Like, normally us Yankee fans, we like to trade the guys that don't have value. Jazz has value in the baseball circuit. It just, again, when we've talked about this, if they're trading Jazz, they have to trade for they have to make so many moves because Jazz and Belly were their second and third best players last year.
Yeah. There was an article that came out there like they are shopping Jazz around. We heard they're just trying. There's a lot of appetites attempting to get wet. Yanks are shopping people around, and they're saying, "Come shop with us," but no one is. It's dry. Appetites are dry. Cashman said they are simply waiting to see what happens with Bellinger before doing anything else. Oh no, sorry, they aren't.
Right. They're still conducting business.
Like in the past, past years, they've been very open about, like, we need to see what happens with Soto. We need to see what happens with Judge, his free agent year, like before they're going to do anything else. And he made it clear yesterday he's not just waiting for that before something happens, just nothing's happening yet.
Interesting. I don't know, man. Nothing going on.
It's quiet. I think we're on official nothing watch. What, BBD, how many days from the 21st to the 12th?
How many days from the 21st to the 12th?
You'll get
30
there.
days is November.
I'm glad nobody got to watch me open a calendar because that was tough.
Just Google it.
That's
what?
21 days.
Days between, what are the dates?
The 21st and the 12th.
December 21st?
I think it's 21 days. I think we got there.
22 days.
Then maybe we start having a graphic. And I measure from the nights. Maybe we start having socials put a graphic out that's just like nothing watch. Kind of like Panda watch.
Days since the Yankees did something?
It's been a minute. And it seems to be going against what we thought would be. Well, so, okay, some BBD solace that came from Wake and Jake. None of the moves that have happened are moves that have felt like they affected the Yankees. Like Pete
Gregory
signing.
Soto's the one.
Pete signing, Schwarber signing, Dylan Cease signing. Like, all of the big moves so far are not moves that we thought would be Yankee moves.
Yeah. They still haven't done anything, though.
Correct. But it's not like it's taken stuff off of our chessboard.
No. But if they wanted to go get someone, they'd go get someone. In the past, they have done it by this date. If they wanted to go get Bellinger, no matter what, he'd be a Yankee right now.
Correct.
You know, if they wanted to go, like for the people out there who are like, they want to go get Amai, they want to go get Bellinger, they want Tucker. Anytime they've wanted a guy, they've gotten that guy at winter meetings. They got Cole at winter meetings. They got Judge at winter meetings. They got Max Fried at winter meetings. If they want Soto at winter meetings, if they wanted to go make their move, they went and make their move. So I think that's a little bit of a tell that they don't have that move. And we thought Belly was that move, and he's not that move.
Yeah, I guess the only thing the math hasn't mathed with me on Belly. There's a lot of teams really involved on Belly, and I think the Yankees do have their limits on him. It's kind of what we talked about. Like I think this version of Belly felt like around the best version of Belly. Like he had like his final 15 games and his first 20 games weren't great, but whatever. Like it's a very good baseball season. That depending where the Belly price tag starts to land, the Yankees definitely have a line in the sand of how I think they can use that money. So I do think the Yankees have their pot. I think they have a Belly line. I think Amai is a little bit of a wild card just from the concept of like his posting date. Like for Amai, he shouldn't be in too much of a rush to sign. Like just because essentially if he has an offer, he can just wait till his posting deadline and go from there. Yeah. But yes, I think it's super valid, and I think it's, again, it could be viewed as fearful or optimistic that, you know, maybe the Yankees are viewing Tucker, but kind of the game we play in the preseason. Like the Yankees have a dollar amount posted next to these guys, and they're going to fill up their shopping cart however it sorts out for them, which is kind of unexciting because normally when you're shopping and you get something you like, you're like, ooh, I'm excited for that. When you're shopping and you get, well, these socks work, not as fun.
I wonder if the moves that have been made affect other teams they're trying to trade with or don't, because I think they're trying to pull off big trades. Bad comp here because I hate the trade, but similar to the Twins, Donaldson IKF for Gary Gio, because that was what Cashman refers to as a challenge trade. You know, we will give you Jazz and blah for Jazz and Dominguez for a starter and an infielder. Like, and those are, maybe it's too early for other teams to be doing those big of moves. So maybe they're eyeing things that are bigger than just sign this guy and trade for this guy. I mean, that's what I came away with from last time Cashman talked, is that they're looking to go trade for a package of a pitcher and another infielder in like one big move where they get hurt somewhere on their roster. And I don't know, maybe it's too early for that. I have no idea.
Yeah.
And maybe it is just that they don't love very many of the free agents and they think their biggest moves are through trades, but to trade with other teams, obviously both got to want to do it first and foremost, but they need to know if they're going to fill this spot.
Hey, if Corey Seager's available, go. This video is brought to you by Shopify. Shopify is the best place to start and grow a business, which is why we partner with them here at John Boy Media from day one, to be completely honest. Today, whatever we're on now, we even just relaunched our merch store on Shopify. Check out our new Slashline site. We needed to level up, and Shopify did it. We brought the ideas, they brought the execution, and they have all the tools you need to grow your business. From who's buying, what they're buying, when they're buying, and how to take your business to the next level, the best level, I says. Shopify's got your next move covered. So if you want to be like us and start building your brand from the ground up, it's time to go over to Shopify. Start your trial today. Click that link, shopify.com/talkin, if you're ready to leave the amateurs and head over to the big league.
Yeah, well, we got to get some appetites wet for that to happen.
Move Cabby and Volpe to second. Bing bong.
I don't know if you were, when we talked about Seager, we're in the world where the Yankees are trying to trade for Seager, okay? Some people are going to be upset we're entering this world.
For those listening podcasts only, tell them what your head and your hands just did.
They did bobbles, like we're in a fantasy
Right.
world. Concussion state.
Not
Birds floating over my head. Oh.
Let's assume
Our bells are rung and we're daydreaming.
Yes, bells are rung. It's not
Yeah.
inflatable outside the car wash. It's bells rung in like
Yeah,
an
yeah.
80s cartoon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh. You know, Bill and Ted's Adventure.
Kind of Joe's natural state.
Yes. And I already soiled that one for myself.
Soiled's bad.
Yeah, well, because he's a lefty.
Right. But if we trade Jazz,
No, they trade Seager, and they just move him the third right away and keep Volpe at short.
Jazz and Dominguez for Seager. Who says no? Texas?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They would want a pitcher.
All right. Hess looks big. I can't even think of Seager because I've wanted him for 5 years.
If they go and trade for, I don't know, is it reported that they're trying to whet that beak or whet that appetite?
Everything's been wet from you today.
I'm just following Cashman's lead.
it was reported that they
Challenge
gave a
trades.
call.
Challenge trades.
Wet appetites.
Wet.
It was reported that they gave a call about Seager.
Yeah, teams have been calling the Rangers about it, just to, the due diligence level. and the
30
Yankees
mil
are one
left
of
for a lot of time. Very good. Look at his baseball reference. They should have got him when he was available.
Right.
They should have got a short.
Like his contract actually looks well. What's okay.
Stupid.
Let's do this episode of what was the first segment I did? I'm a segment guy now. So much Chris Rose.
Tantalizing.
It was 15 minutes ago. Move that gets you most excited. We're in a weird off season. Like, would it, again, weird birds are circling around our head. We just ran into like a mailbox post. Like, what's the one that gets us like, holy smokes, like of fake real things? Was
Things
it
that you feel
Seager?
like don't have a real chance.
Is it Seager? Is it Mackenzie Gore? Is it,
Is Tatis in this world?
yeah, I think so. I think he's in a bell rung world. That's,
I don't even have him in my bell rung world.
What
I have
world
him
is
in
that?
my, I don't know, deep sleep, dream. State.
okay. That's fine.
Yeah, if Tatis is in this world, then Tatis.
So, okay, if the same package in theory happened, Seager or Tatis, you would pick Tatis?
Yes.
Okay.
Righty, athletic, vibrant,
Okay.
younger.
I obviously see that. I think shortstop has just been such a thing for the past so long that if
Tatis there.
now
Better.
was that bell rung or was that deep sleep? Because that felt different.
I don't know. Dude, there's not much that excites
That
me.
felt like 3
in
a.m.
the world of what I think can happen, I don't think Seager and Tatis are likely.
Right. They're
In
they're
the
not.
world of what's likely, nothing excites me. Yet here I am pining for something.
Right.
And that's, I think, where the Yankees are. The only thing that would excite me would be like a starting pitcher, but I don't even really think they need to go get this giant big name starting pitcher. But as like an offensive ad,
Right.
I mean, Tucker would excite me if they landed him for to add him and he was there. But like, he doesn't fill a hole
Right.
or a need right now. You're not signing Tucker for a need right now. You're signing to have him for 10 years.
Right.
And be there in the stadium for 10 years. But I don't know what would excite me that I think is in like a logical state of needing right field, needing infield help.
First, let me tell you about our friends over at DraftKings. One touchdown can change everything. The crowd, the momentum, the game itself. Feel that same rush with the DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL and Missouri. Listen up. DraftKings Sportsbook is now live in the Show Me State. And new customers, you bet $5 and your bet wins. You get $200 in bonus bets instantly. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code JMBaseball. That's code JMBaseball. Bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Cashman had quotes about how basically saying it's not Volpe's job. It's the job's up in the air.
It was, Cash she'll throw some weird ones at us, but this was wordy. Those words.
Yeah, I wonder if I can find the article. It was a Cuddy article.
Shout out. Saw the Yankees beat at winter meetings. The spirits were good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So they asked Cashman.
And Brian Hoke.
So this is the Cuddy article. Brian Cashman seemed to hint that there's a possibility he wouldn't simply get his starting job back when he returns from shoulder surgery. Cashman said, I have no idea where things can go. The game separates it all, the men from the boys, and dictates who should and who shouldn't be playing over the course of time from the roster that the manager has.
We haven't done a dramatic reading in a while. This feels...
People continue to earn their playing time, or they don't. In some cases, if you don't have alternatives, somebody stays in that lane continuing to play unless you import something else. But if it's competition off the guys on the club, may the best man win and keep it. So translation, Volpe kept playing because we didn't have any other options.
Right.
Now we have another option. May the best man win. And we may import even another option. So that's great, because I was going to be like, if you come back to camp and say it's Volpe's job to lose, you're like out of your goddamn mind. And they're not.
Yeah, I guess that's a positive spin and definitely a change from some previous quotes about Volpe heading into seasons. So,
then he said, do I believe in Anthony Volpe? The answer is yes.
That's nice.
I mean, you got to believe.
That's nice.
And then Austin Wells, they asked him about that, and he was like, I don't know why he had such a bad year. He's really talented. I like him. But I don't know why he had such a bad year. Which is a good point. Who knows?
I think on the catcher front, he did specifically say, like, yeah, I'd like to get a righty compliment to that, but the catching market stinks, which matches with the research we've done.
Just get one.
Trades are hard because other teams have to want to trade.
Yes. Big facts. Some
Like,
teams are just jerks.
You saw last year when they could do a lot in just free agency.
Right.
And they did a lot in just free agency.
Right, because then you don't have to trade.
They have capital to trade right now. But like, it still needs to, the other teams need to want it.
Yeah.
And need to give you what you want. They could want what you have, but not have what you need. Or they can have what you need, but not want what you have.
And if you can get what you need to have,
yeah.
But if they don't want what you need to give to have for them.
And if you get hurt, it won't hurt to miss work.
Those commercials, are those commercials at the Yogi Berra Museum? Because they should be.
I didn't see them.
Iconic. If you don't know, Yogi Berra Geico? I think it's him in the duck. The Affleck, yeah. Double ad. And that's where we're at, people. Day 21 and a half of no Yankees transactions.
What do you think? I got that insurance?
What insurance is that, Yogi?
The one you really need to have. If you don't have it, that's why you need it.
Need what?
Affleck. Well, if you get hurt and miss work, it won't hurt to miss work. And they give you cash, which is just as good as money.
Affleck. Ask about it at work.
Is Affleck dead?
No, they're still cranking.
Need a better spokesperson. I haven't heard about him at all.
Let's say I haven't seen him.
College football, Dion, Nick Saban.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not in my world.
That's their angle. These
Dead to
days.
me.
Speaking of, let's talk some A-Rod versus Alex with Joe's McFly. And reporting live, it's our eye in the sky, Joe's McFly, talking about Alex versus A-Rod, the pinnacle of baseball success to the depths of scandal. Alex Rodriguez, A-Rod, confronts the two sides of his legacy in the new HBO original document series, Alex vs. A-Rod. Don't miss it. Alex vs. A-Rod now streaming on HBO Max. All episodes now streaming. Joe's McFly, how are you?
I'm great, man. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm interested to see your thoughts on the final episode because I think it mostly covers you and A-Rod at the Bad Bunny concert a couple years ago.
A little bit before that, but this is definitely my favorite episode
Why?
because I really wanted to find out, like, okay, up to episode 2, it was like leading up to, he won the World Series, and yeah, he had the performance enhancing drugs before that. But I wanted to know, like, all right, you got the new contract with the Yankees, you have the World Series now, you got all of that stuff that you wanted. Why did you do the biogenesis thing? Like, I never understood that one. Like, the other ones is like, whatever. I'm not really like a steroid truther or whatever it is, one way or another. But like, why'd you use that one? I really wanted to know. And they really got into what the meat and potatoes as to, like, what was his thought process for it? Because then he was getting hurt a lot. Age is undefeated, and what I think performance enhancing drugs does is that it helps you defeat father time a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, we've seen Barry Bonds and some of these other guys just kind of defeat father time, and we're able to see their greatness for longer. But for me, it was like that whole conflict, man. Like at first he was denying it. He's like, "Nah, I'm fine, and it's taking him way longer to recover. Like, could you imagine you being like a superhuman athlete your whole life?
Yes.
And you have the recovery skills of like Wolverine.
Yes.
And then what feels like in maybe a year's time or 2 years' time is just like falls off a cliff, and you feel like, man, you stub your toe, and that's like lasting longer. And I know how that feels now. Maybe not at that high level, but the recovery is not the same. Start getting hurt. He got hit by a pitch, and it was a fracture. Just came back from a surgery, just came back from an injury. Then he had surgery on a knee. It was like so many things. He felt like he was letting his teammates down by not being on the field for a guy that's used to being on the field. And while you have this, I felt at least that it felt like, you got to almost justify your second contract or justify your contract kind of thing, along with performance anxiety. So there's that part, which is pretty cool. And him talking about, his need for talking to his doctor and his therapist, which I think is also important for everybody, right? How big that was. And again, this guy's a superhuman guy we view as like top echelon of the people in the world. And, you still got your faults, still those things. But I think the most interesting thing, man, was that whole biogenesis thing, the whole scandal and how it played out. And, he was, I on his side, I kind of understand. Where'd you get 211 from? It
Right.
was like, bro, did everybody get 211? Nah, man, just you. What? Like, it's like, bro, are you making me the face of the whole thing? And I guess at that point, it felt like, even though he knew in his heart of hearts he did it, he felt that the treatment of that was unjust. Like, baseball was doing shady shit, like meeting people, paying full cash for information, and for, like, it was crazy what baseball was doing too. And like Bud Selig just kind of gave it to him and did not want to talk to A-Rod ever again. Just didn't want. He just wanted to end his career, basically.
Right. They wanted it over.
Right. So I mean, you lived through this, Jake. It was just like, damn. Okay, now he's suing this, and he's suing the Yankees, and he's suing baseball, he's suing the Players Association. Like, Bob, you're not gonna have anybody left. Suing his own lawyer, probably. And to me, I think it came to a point where he just said, "Yo, I'ma just take this." But it took a long time for him to like just realize that. I guess because if you're being like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, if you're being like just targeted, if you're being like really targeted a lot, and it just feels like it's you. You're gonna be, even if you're in the wrong, there's a self-defense mechanism that we all have to try to fight back like a cornered, like injured animal almost, to try to fight back. But yeah, that whole thing, I wish that all 3 episodes were kind of like this one. That's how good this one was. It was really good. It was very, 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 very good and insightful and eye-opening, and kind of like reliving through all of that stuff. It just answered some questions for me as a fan from the outside looking in, into his scope. And low-key, he kind of feels like, even though those mistakes happened, he feels kind of happy he went through them right now. He feels kind of happy he went through them. He says, yeah, it cost him the Hall of Fame, but the way he can, like, for example, communicate with his daughters is different. Like, he can tell them things like, hey man, like you can't have messed up more than me. Trust me. Like, so you could tell me whatever. So they feel like a sense of comfort with him, and the way that so their relationship is so much better as a result of that and his stuff. So pretty cool app.
Were you just cooking?
I love that whole episode, bro.
That was
I watched it twice.
That was Eye in the Sky, Joe's McFly.
Eye in the Sky.
Couple comments. Getting old is no joke. I still even remember being in my 20s or teen years, and like you kind of think of that one adult you had growing up that didn't act full adult. Like we had the umpire in our hometown who used to like run down to first base with the kids, or like it was a lot. But like I was like, oh, like I'm probably gonna be that guy. Like that guy was sore and tired. He just acted like that. My personal example is like when I do pull-ups at the gym, I am short that depending the pull-up bar, sometimes I have to jump and go get that pull-up bar. Homie doesn't play that game anymore because one time there was an incident. Like I need that pull-up bar better be in reach. Otherwise, that I can't imagine being at the pinnacle of athleticism and then your body starts giving out and there's a way for it to not that. Yeah, the temptation becomes real, but it also, that becomes an internal conversation and how you're raised and just how you're wired and all of that stuff. That, I mean, we get it, you understand it, and you understand why guys got caught up in it. Doesn't make it right, but that's, you understand why guys rob a bank sometimes. That doesn't make it right. Do I understand why guys rob banks sometimes? I guess you want money. That's the
John Q. People understand John Q.
Good movie.
Good movie.
Yeah, and then the other side of it with the A-Rod suspension part, I guess for me, it was really funny in hindsight, like the end of Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds?
Barry Bonds.
When he was on the Giants, it was kind of funny that, like, he broke the home run record and he was doing all these things. And, like, you're processing it. And, like, again, what Barry Bonds was. And when you look back at the ages of what Barry Bonds was doing, you're like, okay, that doesn't pass the sniff test. And I remember beat reporters talking about his head size and all of that. And then I remember, like, when Barry was getting older, and this is 40 plus, like, I remember Barry wasn't putting up the same numbers. But this is, again, people have to understand this was pre-analytics, like, fully. That, like, Barry's final 2 seasons, he had 26 homers and 28 homers. That coming from 73 and 45 a year, it was like, oh, Barry Bonds, he's not the same. Barry's final 2 seasons on base percentage were .454 and .480. He won.
They didn't even offer him a contract.
He won dotted. That, and there's one player in recent history that dealt with something that, like, when baseball wants you out, baseball's going to keep you out. And they tried with Rod. Mm-hmm. They tried. And A-Rod, I remember when A-Rod come back, it was like, right, A-Rod's really going to come back? And yeah, the amount of games is crazy. And Rod still obviously wants to be in the Hall of Fame. Why wouldn't he want to be in the Hall of Fame? But the other thing that's really bizarre is just if you go through baseball history, like people don't understand how much of an argument A-Rod has, like, for the throw. Like, for 1-1, for an infielder, a shortstop / third baseman, to do what he did on the field. Like, there's an argument there. And then when you take those games, and okay, wherever he lands on the pantheon now, and steroids has taken him out of that, and blah, 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 whole thing. That's 696 home runs?
Yeah.
You know, if that suspension was 200 games, 162, like 700 home runs is a certain amount of rare air, and so is 6. And like, what? I'm not knocking that, but again, A-Rod is the kind of guy that would have a documentary come out called Alex vs. A-Rod, and that is what it is.
Yep.
But man, it is in the pantheon of baseball, like where he is and what he's like. People talk about Barry Bonds a lot. Rod, baseball-wise, doesn't get brought up a lot. And that's kind of nuts.
It is. It's just his ability as a shortstop, and for what I seen him do, like that documentary showed a lot of plays that you forget about. You're like people are not making that today, and it's like that kind of athleticism for him, and at his size and what he used to do, I thought it was special. It was definitely special. And I think he had goals and aspirations of, being the first, I guess, 800 home run guy, I believe, and like getting to that and like beating Barry and like being at the top of that. But yeah, sometimes you want things too much, and then if it doesn't come naturally to you, it just sticks.
Beebs, you were locked in on some Ep3. What do you got there?
Locked in on some Ep3. I mean, the one we hadn't discussed yet is that, coming back and having that 2015 season.
Yeah.
Okay, says it in the episode, not to spoil any specific good lines, but came back from the dead. I believe is how Kay laid it out. And yeah.
Lazarus.
He was like, A-Rod was like, especially for a baseball player, like old and like thrown away by the sport, and he comes back as another 30-homer season in him, like at least in live time, like kind of earned a lot of the fan base back, and people were like it was very fun that year.
We know why he didn't reach 700. It's not. I think he could have reached 700 if he would have played on a daily basis. I think, sure, if he played the age. We know that he didn't because there was another multiplier in that contract that would have gotten him to a certain amount of money if he hits a 700. That's what I truly believe that. And I thought that it would be, I think that Hal maybe went to him or something like that. I don't know this, but I mean, like, I'm sure Hal probably went to him and said, hey, you're getting close here. Like, I think we should like end it here because it's the right thing to do considering everything that happened. And I'm sure that there was some fight back or whatever it is. And I mean, give A-Rod credit. He could have probably went somewhere else.
Like I remember at the time it was like everybody sort of assumed, oh, he's gonna go to Miami last 8 weeks of the year or whatever was left. Like go get 4 more homers, big guy. And among the things A-Rod talked about in Ep3 was like he's kind of proud of himself that like he didn't really feel that urge anymore. That's part of like all the work he did on himself during that year away.
Yes.
And yeah, just a little baseball stats. And I mean, the thing I ended up getting hell-bent early internet when Twitter X was a different place. Because there's still a lot of Bonds people out there. Like Bonds is the best player ever. And I understand the argument. I think it's 163 career WAR, and just what that guy did on a baseball field. I won't argue if that's your stance. I I don't need to convince you otherwise. A-Rod through his age 34 season had 109.5 career B-WAR. It's pretty good. It's not bad. Barry Bonds through his age 34 season, right as Baseball Reference gives out on me. Come on, what are the odds? It's right around the same. I think it's 110. It was literally just on the screen. I'm so mad. Oh, it just popped up and then I refreshed it. This is comical Jake nonsense. Or excuse me. Barry through his age 34 season is 103.7. So that takes Barry to 1999. Just a reminder, like, and I almost talk like Hunger Games District 12 because nobody else really talks about this, and it blows my mind. I mean, people talk about steroids, like I'm not saying that, but like up until that point, by one metric, A-Rod had a better career, and that's Barry Bonds racking up 40 WAR in 4 seasons from age 36 to 39. When nobody does that, when something was happening in baseball, for me, I used to go on the internet and I'd argue Griffey because, like, you know, nobody claims Griffey did anything. And if you look at his body and all of that, it doesn't look like it. And he's a man who his career broke down because of injuries.
Right.
That Barry's didn't. And that's the whole recovery and getting your body right. That, I don't know. That's just always kind of been, it's not a hill I need to die on. I guess I'm just always shocked that nobody talks about it. And again, it's where Rod gets a bad deal because, again, infielders, they don't exist like that, especially at that position. So that always gets me.
I think for me, and this is not like a Bonds versus A-Rod for me, but like for Bonds, what made him crazy, for me, the most impressive thing about Bonds, it wasn't even the home runs, it was the walks. Like he would not, his plate discipline was teaching umpires.
Right.
It was next level. He would basically force pitchers into a tunnel and say, "You got to come this way."
I mean,
it was impressive.
A Bonds at bat with bases loaded was like the most must-watch thing you've ever seen in the sport.
Yeah, they had him and Maddox were given the same at bat. Like I don't know if you've seen this. They gave him both tablets. They weren't even in the same room. They gave him both tablets, and they were thinking the whole the thought process. And he's like, yeah, from here, he's probably gonna. He see me pull a pitch, and he's thinking, oh, I could just go do this because he pulled it. But I was waiting on that because I already know I pull pitches on purpose just so that I could take guys the other way. And what did he do? Exactly the same exact thing he said. He just hit it out. It was impressive.
That's a different world.
I mean, A-Rod's awesome too. I mean, we heard Cano stories. Like Cano came to the office and he says that he'll come in on a certain day and he'll ask Cano, he's like, I'm gonna homer today. And he'll do it.
Right. That's hard to do. So I guess Joe's eye in the sky, final one-word answer. Alex or A-Rod?
Man, Alex is great, so make sure you can be able to watch that. Watch Alex versus
That's crazy. That's crazy. What was the other?
Alex, man.
And what were you saying the Yankees' next move is again?
Oh, I think the Yankees' next move, I think it's got to be Cody Bellinger, man.
Okay.
I think their whole offseason is hinging on that to see whether or not, which way they go. And, Brian Cashman has his plan A's and plan B's and plan X's. The Mets, all they want to do is re-sign Yanks.
A lot of teams in on Belly.
Yeah, sure.
And that's good for him.
Bellinger, you should, get your stuff or whatever, but bro, come back. Like, Stop the playing, bro.
Bro, come back. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe's McFly, at Joe's McFly on most social media. He only posts important stuff. Go check him out. Thank you, Joseph, for joining us from your helicopter in the sky.
Yeah, I'm in the helicopter right now. Oh, and look how low my helicopter is, man. Oh, man, you can't get more ground level than that, baby. Let's go.
That's some Grand Theft Auto helicopter on the ground.
We are right here, eye in the sky, eye on the ground.
All right, Joey Diaz, thank you. We'll see you, big guy.
Bye, chat.
Bye, chat.
Thanks for watching, guys. We love you. 22 days since the Yankees did anything. Go Yanks. Tell 'em, Grams.
Go Yankees.
Teeth.
E-Rod face. Let's get a trade. Let's all go to the lobby.
Let's all go to the lobby. Get yourself a snack. Jets in Jacksonville for week 15.